Welcome to Insights for Business Owners. This episode, we have Frank McShalley, who's Managing Director of Pango Financial. Great to have you on, Frank.
Great to be here. Glad to be here,
Cheers.
David. Happy New Year.
Yes. Happy New Year. So, tell us a little bit about Pango Financial, what you do there and kind of what makes Pango unique.
Sure. So I'm currently the managing director at Pango. We have been in business for 14 years. We're out of Wilmington, Delaware, but we work with all 50 states. I started about 5 years ago,
Nice.
and I've learned over the years I've been there all the compliance, everything that revolves around what we do with our ROBS plans,
Nice.
rollover for business startups. We don't
Yep.
love the name because people get confused. What does that mean? Rollover for business startups.
Right?
We call
Like
it
you're
our
robbing
DreamSpark.
or something. I don't
Right.
know. It's
And
you're not
so
robbing anybody.
we call it our DreamSpark plan. So we're sparking dreams. We're helping people start businesses using their
I like it.
retirement funds. And we just felt that it was a really good idea to, call it the DreamSpark plan. So
DreamSpark. I love it.
yeah.
But for the uninitiated, because I think a lot of people don't know what a DreamSpark plan or ROBS plan
Right.
is. So why don't we start there? What are we talking about here?
So believe it or not, you are actually able to use your retirement funds to start a business. And as long as your retirement funds are available, and there's different reasons, and I can tell you a little bit about that in a minute, but you could use your IRA, your 401k. The only plan that you are not able to use, it's not permitted for ROBS plans, is a Roth IRA. That's the only one you
Interesting.
can. So,
Okay. All
so
right.
no on Roth IRAs, but almost everything else is fine. You can use, if you're currently working and you have a 401k and
Yep.
you started at that job, you have to check the summary plan description with your 401k plan to see
Okay.
if the funds would be available for an in-service withdrawal.
In-service withdrawal. Okay,
Yeah.
that's what it's called. Okay.
Now
Yeah.
that's only if you are currently working, and that's the only funds that you wanted to look at using. Now, if you rolled those funds over from another job, a previous job, you can use those funds. Those funds will always be available. So
Nice.
but in most cases, it's pretty cool. It's really awesome. So what you do is you want to check and see, making sure your funds are available and you're able to use them. That's number one. And then what happens is you have to have a C corp. So we have to set up a C corp.
Yep.
Cannot be anything but a C corp for the DreamSpark plan. I'm going to call it the DreamSpark plan. Sometimes
DreamSpark.
Sometimes I'll flip back to ROBS, but DreamSpark is what we call it. So we do all 50 states, and the biggest thing that we do at Pango, I think that really sets us apart from others, is how fast we get the funding done. So
nice.
So our goal is to get you funded within 10 days, at the most 15 days. So so basically, you obviously have to have funds, and you want to have more than $25,000. It makes sense to do this. It makes sense to have more than 50,000 is what I think. You don't want to, because there are fees to do this, and I'll go over that with you. But it's basically, you may decide you want to open your own business. You have a dream to leave the corporate world, or finally open a business you've always been thinking about, or buying a franchise. We do a lot of franchise funding.
Okay. I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah. So the only thing that's not permitted for the DreamSpark plan or ROBS plans is dispensaries, because marijuana is not federally legal.
So marijuana.
It's really the only business. Otherwise, it has to be a business that's a service to the community, offers something for people to use. Restaurants, basically almost everything you can think of is available. When it comes to real estate, you kind of have to be, there's a little bit foggy there. You want to make sure you talk to somebody before you even, we talk to me, obviously, just to discuss what you want to do there, because passive income is not allowed for the DreamSpark plan.
So, that's interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
So
you can't just go out and flip houses, and you can't just be a real estate agent and all that stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's very interesting. Now,
Yeah.
in our context, you can use these funds to buy an operating business, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yep. You can
Okay.
buy a business, an existing business. If you are going to buy a franchise or start a franchise,
Hmm.
and you need extra funding, you can use this. You can use these plans for down
Yep.
payments, um,
Yep.
and all that, and that's all permitted. And what we do at Pango, um, we we solely focus on ROBS. So our
Yep.
DreamSpark plan is what we focus on. But we know people want to, may need additional funding. So we have a lot of partners we work with to help with getting additional funding, SBA
Yep.
loans, business loans,
Yep.
home equity loans, things like that. We will
Yeah.
work with our clients to get that for them as well. Um,
Wow.
but our focus is really ROBS because it is important to be connected to the IRS. And
Well, and we've obviously really enjoyed working with you guys. And I think it's so. I would just say how crucial it is to work with a ROBS expert or
yeah,
DreamSpark expert, because if you do not comply with tax law correctly, you could lose the tax benefits of your 401k, right? It
right,
could be immediately
right,
taxable. And that's
yeah,
a scary thought, right? So
right,
the
yeah,
beauty of this, right, is you can go buy another business and you don't trigger any taxes for your 401k. Like
right,
it's all that ownership is in your 401k. And let me tease that out a little bit for you, Frank. Then any distributions from the company are in your 401k. That's all tax free, right?
right. Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
And then if you sell the company at the end, it's all in your 401k, right? And so
Yeah, the
that's
money
not
goes
a
back.
tax,
The money goes back
not,
to the 401k.
yep,
Um, you know, it's an easy way to unwind. The goal here is obviously to do well. You're investing in yourself, so
yeah,
you're taking the money instead of putting it in the stock market, instead of putting it over there, you're putting it into your own business, and
yeah,
you're hoping it's going to go really well. And you want to
yeah,
keep monitoring your profits because what happens is uh, the market value, the current market value of your business is what you'll need to
yep.
put back into your retirement plan before you close it out. And then,
Oh, that's
yeah,
interesting. I didn't, so
yeah,
I'm always learning. I did
yep,
not know
yep,
that. Okay. So let's say you roll over $500,000 from your 401k, you buy a business with it.
yes.
And then the 401k has the stock of that business. At some point, you've got to put $500,000 back into the 401k.
Well, it's going to be the market value. So you might have grown to $1 million.
Oh,
So
oh,
you have to put the $1 million back in. And some of this is based on stock calculation and how much the percentage you rolled over. Because what happens is the retirement plan actually owns the C Corp on your behalf. So that's how
right,
you're
right,
able to
right,
use the money tax deferred. So
right.
there are different scenarios for unwinding. But one thing that you have to understand, this is not a loan. So if you lose
No.
the money's gone, the money's gone. You do not owe that money back.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yep.
let's look at that. So you've got to get this money back in, but by the time you close the 401k, but what if you lose the money? What if the business goes under?
If the
Then
business
it's
goes under, which does not happen very often, I will tell you people
no,
that it's
no, of course not.
the
No,
most people are successful at this, especially
of course.
people who have, the folks that have really planned this out and figured out, what they want to do
Yeah,
and surrounded themselves with, good franchisors and, things like that. But um,
100%.
it's important to realize that this money is your money and it's not a loan. So,
No,
um, yeah, yeah, not
right,
a loan. So,
right, right, right,
so that works
right.
out really well. So basically, um, there's the way it works is there's an onboarding process,
Yep,
and we get you onboarding. Now at Pango Financial, we're very proud of our onboarding system. We built it internally.
nice.
Um, Everything is done online through the onboarding system. We work with the
Yep,
client, getting them onboarded. Our goal is, like I said, 10 to 15 days. 10 days is the best case scenario, as long as the states come through with the filings on time and things like that. But a perfect scenario is 10 days, at the most 15 to get your funds. But it's really a great system we use, and it connects with our compliance system. So it's really important. Compliance is number
Nice.
one, period. So we have what we
Oh,
call the
100%.
Pango compliance system, and it talks to our onboarding system, which is called the client experience. So you got the
Sweet.
client experience over here, and you got the Pango compliance system over here. The two of them talk, and we
Yep.
make sure that all of our funds, all of our plans, documents are updated when needed.
Mm-hmm.
We make sure that we're doing all the filings. There's a Form 5500 required by the Department of Labor every year.
Right.
We have to
Right.
make sure that that's done because the IRS does not fool around when it comes to fines, and we make sure that those are done each year for our clients.
Wow. And
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
included. That's, I mean, well, let's
yeah,
talk fees a little bit.
yeah.
That's it. Extra service, or is that included in what you pay
Oh,
up front?
it's part of our ongoing service. And so what I can tell you is there is an onboarding fee that we charge, and it is at
Yep.
$4,695 to get started.
Very reasonable. Very
Yeah,
reasonable. You know,
that has to
I think
come
as
from,
the most,
yeah,
the best deal in the market, price wise,
pretty
I
much,
think.
yeah. For what we
Yeah.
do and what we do at Pango Financial, it is the best deal. And
Yeah.
we do offer a 15% discount to military service members and first responders as well.
Fabulous. I
So
love it. Love
our
it.
clients,
Yeah.
they just need to let us know if they're in the military or they're a first responder, and then we ask
Mm.
for some proof of that, and uh, and then we give them a 15% discount. So it goes down to
Wow.
just under 4,000, 3990.75 is the fee they
Amazing.
pay them. So we're so glad to offer that because we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for those folks. So we think it's very important,
100%.
right,
Yeah.
Dave? So I
Yeah.
think,
That's
yeah.
great.
So we charge an onboarding fee, and then um, we do charge an annual fee
Okay.
to provide their services, and that's at
Yep.
$1,500.48. But we
I see.
do allow our clients to pay that monthly if they choose to,
I see. Spread it over
and that
time.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
and that's $129 a month, which is cheaper than our competitors, and we allow that. That kicks in 30 days after you get started. Once you've made your onboarding fee
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
payment, the monthly payments kick in then. So for $129, like I said, the main thing we do is the 5500. The Form 5500 gets done. We ask for updated information from our clients, a census. As an owner of the business, you are an employee. And as an employee, in the first year, you have to be a W-2 employee. So you want to make
You
sure that you
do.
do that.
Okay. Okay.
But
Yep.
we ask for updated census. We ask for the updated market value. We send out free valuation sites to our clients if they need to get the market value of their C corp for the 5500. So we make sure that we give them the tools that they need to get the information to us. Um,
Nice.
yeah, and then if there are, go ahead, David.
No, that's interesting. So I didn't realize I'm learning, and we've done a lot of
Yeah,
these, but we're not, involved in that compliance side. So you've got to be an employee of the company that you own, a
yes,
W-2. All
yes,
right. All
W-2
right. Yep.
employee.
Yep.
You are allowed to have additional investors. Anybody who invests their money from a retirement plan is going to have to also be a W-2 employee. So those
Okay.
are things that you want to consider when you're asking for people to invest and things like that. Um,
And putting the money, I'm just trying to think, like, putting the money back in. That's usually through shareholder distributions because the plan is a shareholder. Is that
right,
how? Like,
right,
yeah. Okay.
right. So
Yeah.
so what we do is in the onboarding process, the last step in that process is we have to get a business valuation completed as part of the
Okay.
onboarding fee, and we do
Wow.
that. Um, we make sure that the client has confirmed in a rollover and investment form the money that they rolled in, and then their checking account. They have to open up a business checking account, obviously, in order for the
Hmm.
funds to go into. We
Yep.
have to get proof of that, and then we use our valuation partner does the valuation for us within 30 days
Wow.
most of the time. And then once we get that valuation done, we do a stock calculation, and then we
Yep.
issue stock certificates because I had mentioned earlier that the
Right.
retirement plan owns the C corp on the
Yeah.
behalf of the client. So
Right.
we
Right.
issue stock certificates, and the client will have those. And it's all this is all the way the IRS got this set up so that you're able to use the funds tax deferred. So
Amazing. Yeah, that's amazing. And you do that. So, and that business valuation, that's included in the fee. That's
Yes,
amazing because those are
the first
expensive.
valuation is included. Now, keep
Yep.
in mind, I will say this, and I'm going to make sure people know this. In the future, if you decide you want to invest additional funds from your 401k or cash deposits or anything into your into the new DreamSpark plan,
Yeah.
let's say 6 months down the road, you already had your first valuation. You do have to get a valuation on your own.
Makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because the,
No,
the
no, no.
IRS does require that everything's documented and evaluation is done. Now,
Yeah.
that valuation can cost anywhere from $800 to $1,000,
Easy. Yeah.
but only if you do that. And then I'd say probably 25-30% of our clients put additional funds in. If you don't, you're fine. You don't have to get a valuation every year. It's not a requirement.
Mm-hmm.
You do have to get the market value for the 5,500, and that's why we offer those free valuation sites. So
Yeah.
I hope that
No,
makes sense.
that makes
But
makes sense.
you just always want to be planning. And what we do at Pango as part of our service is we have our compliance officer's been with us for the entire time. 14
Great.
years we've been there
Wow.
in business. And he and I will collaborate with you. We will have calls. We'll talk to we do recommend that you get a CPA or an attorney to help you through with the business part of it. We
Yeah.
only manage the retirement plan. The expectation is our clients will work with their CPA or on taxes and things like that, and
Yeah.
also work with their Secretary of State websites to make sure that they're filing their annual reports for their C Corp, things like that.
100%.
We will help
Yeah.
and we will educate anyone on what the ROBS is, what the DreamSpark plan is, but we want to make sure that they know we're not managing their business. So we're not,
Yeah. Yeah.
we're
No,
not,
no, 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 no.
we're not getting
Absolutely.
involved in all of that. That's all for them to do.
Yeah.
But we manage the retirement plan. And one thing they need to understand is on top of being able to invest in your own self for your business, you get a
Yeah.
retirement plan to boot to offer to employees if you choose to. So it's kind of
So,
neat.
so this is amazing. That's included too. So I was going to ask that. Let's
Yeah.
say, you put $500,000 into your ROBS, you buy the shares of a company, it's doing well, you start distributing back to the 401k. You put 20 grand, distribute 20 grand back in the 401k. That you guys, can you start buying, shares of mobile, and you could start investing in the public markets too?
Well, yeah, you can. Yeah, I mean,
Like,
there's all sorts of things that can happen here if you have an active if you're going to have it offered to employees. Everything work just like a regular 401k plan.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Amazing. Wow.
depending on, I would say a lot of our clients start out as one employee, two employees.
Yeah. Of course. Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
as they start growing, they add their employees, and then they decide. We start them out with a profit sharing plan just to get things going fast, and then what we'll do is add the 401k feature if they want to offer a 401k to their employees. So it works really well, and there's nothing they really have to do until they start growing, and until things start making profits, and things start to move forward. That's when my compliance officer and I will step in and help them with any options. We'll talk to them about anything, strategy for the future, how long do they want to keep the plan, what makes sense, just keeping in touch with them, making sure that they're compliant the whole time. If there's any changes that the IRS makes, that's why we have that compliance system to get notification on anything that's coming up. And usually there's not a whole lot of changes in the first. I mean, it's like every 3 years there's a change made. I think there's one coming up at the end of this year. But we make sure our clients are aware of anything that's changing. If there's any new documents they have to sign, if there's any restated documents that are needed, we'll make sure that's done in a timely manner. But the main thing is, the goal is success. It's helping our clients be successful, helping them out as much as we can on this side of the house. It's important because this is money they're investing in themselves. I say that many times because it's so important to realize that. And just to be a part. What I love about this and what I love about Pango is we're very personal. I am the contact person for everybody. All of our clients come through me. I have a team that works with me, but we found it really important that they knew there was one person they could go to.
Nice.
Our competitors are a lot bigger.
Huge. Yeah.
And they're not able to
800
really
number.
offer that personalized service that we are. And we make sure that our clients feel comfortable with what's going on.
Yeah.
They feel comfortable with us. They feel comfortable that we got their compliance taken care of. And that's our goal at Pango Financial. It's really making sure they understand what they're doing. It's so important because there's so much going on. When you're starting a business, I mean,
oh my gosh.
Right, David? I mean, you know what's involved.
My gosh.
You got so many clients that
drinking from a fire hose, you know?
Yeah.
Like
so
just,
you don't want all these distractions and worry. You want to make sure you're working with the proper people and the right people. And I feel at Pango, we are experts and in ROBS, providing.
Well, and the cool thing is, cool thing is, when you go to sell and you make this big chunk of money, you're not paying a massive tax bill,
right?
You know, at the time. I mean, at some point it's got to come out, and then you're going to pay taxes on it, right? You know, as a distribution from a 401k. But I mean, I feel for these sellers. You know, I feel for these sellers.
Right. Right.
Sometimes they're paying, if they do an asset sale, right? Like they're paying ordinary income rates. Could be 37%.
And this is what David's for, and this is why, like, we'll have David, we'll pull David in when needed if he's, you know, for any things that are outside of what we do in our realm of services. Folks like David and attorneys that can help the situation, and we're here. Like, I know David is aware of ROBS. There's a lot of people out there, a lot of attorneys, a lot of CPAs that really don't know a whole lot about ROBS.
Right.
So we're trying to. We always want to make sure we're educating anyone who wants to know about the plan and how it all works and everything, and just spreading the word out there that this is something that's been around since 2001 or 2008. I think it's 2008 maybe, or early 2000s.
Okay. It's been a while. It's been a minute. Yeah. Frank, what's the best way for people to find you, to contact you about this?
Well, you can call me at, you can call us at, what is my number? 302 543 8535. Or you can do our 1-800 number, which I have to go here because it's a Y Pango, and I want to make sure I get it.
Yeah, no worries.
It's 1-855 949 7264. That's our 800 number. You can call that number and ask, you know, just leave your name and number, tell us what you're doing, and we'll contact you. Or you can go to pangofinancial.com. And pangofinancial.com.
And ask for Frank, right? Always ask for Frank.
You put in a request for a call. So what happens is I'll send out once I get your name, or I call you back, we set up a call. If I get your name through the site, I send you an email requesting a time to you book a time with me. And about a half-hour Teams call. We get to know each other, figure out, you know, what's going on, where you're located, what you're doing. It's great. The conversations are awesome. It's just great to talk to folks and find out where they are. What I love to do is connect with them. What's their relationship with me? Like, where is it? You know, and I'm originally from Maryland, outside DC. And it's the connections all over the country. It's amazing. People start saying,
"So exciting!" I know.
That's in DC. Or I went to. Or, you know, I'm in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware. So it's like, oh, I used to spend days in Rehoboth, you know. So getting to know the client is important to me. And what is, you know, where are they coming from? Making them feel comfortable.
Yep.
And then going through the whole process of how it all works and just being there for them. Questions that they have, pulling in my compliance officer when needed. Just to make sure that they understand, you know, how important that is. It's just, it's awesome. It's probably one of the best things I've ever done in terms of helping folks, because my background's marketing, it's insurance, it's a lot of helping clients there. But this is really cool because they're actually starting a business. They're giving back to the community. They're doing what they're like I said, they're building their dreams, and it's great. And I love being part of it, and working with people like David, and just that care and really want people to succeed. It's
love
awesome.
it. I can sense that energy and that passion, and I tell you, you don't see that much, in the corporate world. So that says a lot.
Well, we have a great team of folks I work with, and it's just our client base is great. I try to get to know our clients as much as I can, just up front, just kind of get an idea, what could be, what can I help them with, and and all that. But it's awesome. It's so cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Frank, thanks so much for coming on, telling us about this. I know it's going to be very helpful for our listeners. Really appreciate you. Thanks so much.
David, I appreciate the time. Folks, I'm here. If you're thinking about starting a business and you have retirement funds, let's talk. Let's have a conversation and see if this makes sense for you. And let me just tell you, the success I've seen, and it's been incredible. So
it's incredible. It's incredible.
Happy New Year. And
Happy New Year.
Looking forward to a great 2026.
Cheers.
Take care.